Hey folks, Dave here. Thank you for stopping by. Hope everyone's well. And if you're new to the channel, I'll drop links to our projects and Lightburn tutorials down in the description, along with any other pertinent links. So my wife asked me to make her a piece for the Easter table, something to set on the Easter table. And I've got a slice of basswood that we're going to put an Easter scene on. And I thought since I was doing it, I may as well share it. It might help someone else out. So the slice is kind of a oblong piece. Here's a picture of it. So that's about, I'm just going to grab a circle, draw out. I'm not holding the shift key, just so I can kind of draw it out oblong. Hit the selector tool, and this will be a tool down here on the bottom. And it is, the width is about 228 millimeters. And the height is around 180. That's somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 inches high and 10 inches wide. So to do this, I'm just going to pull this down out of the way for a minute. And there's two fonts I downloaded. And we're going to type out Happy Easter with, and I'll put links to these. The first one is Ballet Harmony, and I know if you've been watching my videos, I've used that several times, but when you find something that works and you like it, then just stick with it. And this one is free, and I'll drop a link to it, and you can use it in your commercial projects without worrying about somebody getting mad at you for using their, using their product. So I'm just going to type out Happy. It's a capital. Now notice that these are not tied together yet, but up top, make sure your welded function is turned on. And then when you click the selector tool, it will tie these together. Now this is on by default. Lightburn has it on by default, but you may have turned it off at some point. So just make sure it's on. And then when you click the selector tool, it'll tie all those together. Okay, we're not going to leave that as a tool. I'm going to make it a fill, and since it's basswood, I think this is about ½ inch thick, maybe a little more. I'm going to do a speed of 100 and a power of 30. But first, we want to offset this. We're going to do it to Happy and Easter individually. So go over to your offset tool here. And you want to make sure the letters in the back touch behind it. So I'm going to click OK. I'll pull this out of the way, and that's all you want to do is make sure they touch. And then the background, let me do a preview on this real quick. When it comes across, it will not engrave on the parts that you see as white right now, and it'll engrave the outside. So what we want to do, let's go back and look at that. I'm going to hit Control-Z to go back. A little too far, but that's all right. We'll get there. We just want it to show up nice on the wood. So we're going to go to the offset tool. And you can go up or down. I've got this as an outward and round. And then you can play with this and get it to where all of the letters touch. So that looks pretty good right there. It's one 0.3 millimeters. I'm going to click that. Now when you stop, your original is what is selected. So I'm just going to pull that out of the way and select this backdrop and go up here and ungroup it. And you should be able to just grab the outer edge and pull it out of the way. And then all these little junk pieces you can grab at one time and delete those. Put this back over here. And I'm not worried about the size of the lettering right now. We'll resize that. I think we'll probably, recently we've done a video on warp and deform, and we're going to use that a little bit in this little project. So once you get this to look like you want it to, select it all, group it together. All right, so now we will type out Easter. Maybe. There we go. I know this keeps popping off of the page, but I'm trying to keep it large enough that you can see it. And so go over, select it, and then go over to your offset. And then we'll check that and make sure the background is touching. And it is. Then we're going to select the background, ungroup, just touch the outer edge and see if we get any junk, and if we do, surround that and delete it. Now we can put this back, and we can set the Easter on top of it. And when it engraves, it's going to look just like that. The dark parts will be engraved and the light parts will be skipped. So now we're going to group this together. I'll make it a little larger to make it match up there. That looks crazy. All right, I won't get myself off track. Okay, so now with this slice of wood, let me go back down and get it. Pull it up. That's going to go inside, of course. I'm going to try to keep this up here in the corner so I don't get it behind my face. So happy will go here. Stretch it out a little bit. Easter will go here. And then we're going to put us a couple of characters in here. And then we will stretch these out. Those look about center, but all we're going to do is select and then select our outside piece and then just align with the vertical center. I think Easter may be a little larger than happy. There we go. So we're going to do the same thing here. Set it there. Shift, select the outer tool, go up to vertical and vertical center. Now we need some characters. So I downloaded a font for Easter that is all characters, and I will leave a link to that as well. And if you've not downloaded any fonts before, let me just go pull one up. This is the Easter art. So you just do a download, and then what we're going to use is this capital G, this bunny here, and a small e, which is this little chick coming out of an egg. So when you download those, they'll download as just a zip file. So just right click and extract with whatever program you have. You'll get a folder like this, and then you'll just right click and install. Okay, so now that font will be made available to any program that uses fonts, including Lightburn. Lightburn actually doesn't come with any fonts. It just inherits the fonts that you already have on your system. Okay, so now we're going to put these characters in here. And so just grab your text tool. We're going to click right here and put that small E over there. So I'm going to go up and grab this font. And there's the small E, and we'll resize that guy. Get the text tool again. Click here. And a capital G. And we get this guy. And we'll make it a little larger and hopefully don't put it behind my face. Okay, so now we can make this guy a little larger. Alright, so we have us a little bunny rabbit with a basket. So just place him wherever you would like, but I think that looks okay. We'll make this guy a little larger. And I think that looks fine. So in the tutorial on warping and deforming text and shapes, and I'll drop that link down in the description, you use it to sometimes fill up your project where you wouldn't otherwise be able to. So like with Happy and with Easter, we can stretch these to make them go up. Now, you have to work with it because it may not look good, so you have to make it look good. So go to Tools, select the one you want, go to Tools, and down at the bottom you have the Deform selection for 16 points. And you get all these nodes that you can work with and stretch out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stretch this up. And we'll undo it if it looks too bad. But we just want to fill our space a little bit and make it not look bad. Stretch that over. Stretch this over. And I think that's okay. And then click the selector tool. Lightburn makes it fun to have a laser. So they really have some powerful software here. Okay, so with Easter, we're going to do the same thing. Go up to Tools, down to Deform, and we're just going to start stretching Easter out in the same way. Hopefully it'll look as good. I think that looks okay. So my wife just wanted something to set on the table. So maybe she'll like that. We'll see. So again, we're at 100 millimeters per second and a power of 30. And I've got regular fill, and it's on bidirectional. I'm going to double click over here on the fill. And you can see the bidirectional is on. It's on by default. If you wanted it off, done a video the other day on glass, and when you're engraving glass, it's cooler if you just go in one direction. So I turned it off, and then when I restarted Lightburn, I figured out that it reset itself for me. So, all right, so I think we're okay. So we're going to go to the laser. I'm going to group all this together, select it all, and just group it. And we're going to go to the laser and get set up with this slice of wood. And if I didn't mention it, that slice of wood, I did put, I put like 4 coats of polyurethane spray on it. I find it easier to clean up if you put the polyurethane on and let it dry really well before you engrave. That way the residue just wipes right off with some white vinegar, and it's really easy to clean up. If you don't put some polyurethane or some other coating on it, when you wipe, you're going to smear that residue across that pretty wood, and then you're going to have to do something crazy to clean it up. Okay, well, we're going to get set up in the laser, and we'll get this engraved out and see how it looks. Okay, folks, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I believe we're set up. It's never real easy when you have such a odd-shaped piece to get it framed up properly. But the circular frame works pretty good. I usually do the square frame first, just to set the laser, and then I'll do a circular frame. So let me do one of those real quick. And it does a pretty good job if you group the shape of your tool in with the piece that you're working with and get it as close as you can. Okay, so we're gonna send this on over to the laser and see how it turns out. It's looking pretty good already, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit, and we'll take another look at it. I'll be right back. Okay, well, here's our finished project. I think it turned out pretty good. So I cleaned it off a little bit with some white vinegar and a soft cloth. Let that dry off. It didn't take long. And then I put another coat of spray polyurethane on it. So I'll probably put some more on there before I hand it over to my wife, since I put this on the Easter dinner table. But I will put the links for the Ballet Harmony font for the Happy Easter, and then the Easter art font for the characters. And if you'll check through dafont.com for a lot of holidays, there are fonts that you can pull individual vectors out of, and just look for the ones that are 100% free, so you can use them in a commercial capacity if you want to, and then you can save those to your art library. And if you don't have an art library, I'll put a link down in the description for how to create one. So if you have any questions while you're doing this, or anything else that we have posted, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be glad to help out in any way I can. So I really do appreciate you folks watching. It does help the channel grow. And y'all just check back often for new videos. Take care, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.